This is a much lauded diet, the Mediterranean diet. Keep watching to know more about this fantastic diet, which I personally love.
This is a diet which I think I really like and which I think I'm more likely to follow, which is the Mediterranean diet. So let's hear about the Mediterranean diet.
Absolutely. And the Mediterranean diet, as the name suggests, it's followed by people living along the Mediterranean, especially Greece. So this is the food they eat very regularly. So I'm so fond of this diet that actually, Anu, I made notes and I'm going to refer this.
Please.
So it's a nutrient dense choices. You have vegetables, you have fruits, you have whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, eggs, dairy, fish. And research suggests that following this diet, this reduces not only your heart diseases, but it reduces chances of cancer, diabetes, and it kind of covers a whole array of food that you can eat. So it's but the thing is also you are allowed to eat red meat and you're allowed to have red wine. So that's something which is included in the Mediterranean diet. So the pros, of course, is that you can enjoy a variety of food. A satiating fat like your olive oil is put in excess, and then there is a lot of emphasis on prevention of type 2 diabetes, coronary artery disease, hypertension, and a very holistic and a very healthy life. So this includes also eating salmons, eating tuna, and these are all very two things. So I would say the cons behind this is expensive and availability. One is you do not get salmon in at least our part of the country.
You get the Indian salmon, but I'm not sure whether it is
as good as the And then salmons, trouts, tunas, they're all rich in the omega-3, 6, 9 fatty acids. So I think the expense. And second is, again, there's this emphasis on red meat and red wine. And I think that when people overdo it, I think it's not very good. But as you so rightly said, I'm very fond of the Mediterranean diet, and I think it's one of the most healthiest diet that one can follow for a long time without giving it up.
Right. When you said try the vegan, I think I'm more inclined to try the Mediterranean diet, except the wine is not something that I would want to include because I don't drink.
Yes.
But everything else, I think that is something that I'm going to go for.
Absolutely. And Anu, I've got another study, 2018 study in molecular psychiatry found that those most closely following a Mediterranean diet were 33% less likely to develop depression.
There you go. Sunny side up. So now what we did was we covered 6 diets, I think, and mostly the things that people seem to be following either without researching it properly or under the proper guidance.
Absolutely.
So I think this would be a good time to say, what are the do's and don'ts as per you when it comes to diets?
Everything in moderation. So as we explain about the different kinds of diets, so choose whatever diet works for you. And if it needs to be under medical management, please get it under supervision of your doctor. And at the end of it, once your goal is achieved, try to keep it sustainable. Try to follow it for a long time and let it not be just short-term goals.
Right. I think what I would like to say is, I think for me, diet does not mean restriction in any way. Diet for me is balance. So whatever I eat it in balance. So which means I make sure I take my carbs, I make sure I take my proteins. I don't demonize carbs. I make sure I have fiber. And for a long time, I have been high fiber, high protein kind of a person because it really keeps me full longer. And I would say, don't do any fad. Okay, I think I would say do whatever you can sustain, do whatever is healthy and whatever is sensible.
Exactly. I think that is very, very, very important, and do it in moderation.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it about diets. Bye.
Anu clearly loves it, isn't it? So do I, because it is nutrient dense. How about you? Do write and let us know.